My name is Desiree Parker, and I am CEO and co-founder of the Foraging Fox. The Foraging Fox are makers of a range of condiments. We make ketchups, marinades, salsas, mayonnaises, and we sell our products in Europe. The genesis of the business was almost a happy accident, but what it evolved into became very purposeful. So the beginnings of the business were, a glut of beetroot and apples in a garden, and, playing around in the kitchen, having a look at it and going, oh my God, we think we've got something here. It's fantastic. It's much lower in sugar. It's really different. It's unique. And when we took that idea to trade shows, buyers from around the globe thought the same thing as us, which is, we've had tomato ketchup for centuries, and how nice to go beyond that and introduce something new to the market. So that was our first ever product, was a range of beetroot ketchups, which we still obviously sell today. And I saw an opportunity to really look at categories, really big categories. When you think about condiments, whichever country you are, whether it's, ketchups, mayonnaises, or barbecue sauces, any of those lovely hot sauces that you would eat on all sorts of occasions. Actually, when you looked at the categories as a whole, they were quite bland and quite staid and dominated by the very, very big players. So we thought there was a really strong opportunity to go in, offer something different, but also cater to the buyer that's now saying, well, actually, I like that, but I want something that's a little bit better for me from a health perspective, something that's not so loaded with sugars, doesn't have refined sugars, that hasn't been made with artificial ingredients, that doesn't have any genetically modified, ingredients within it. And so that's really where our stance has evolved, I would say, more recently in the last 2 years. One thing I would always say to anyone who's going on this journey is, you hear of those stories, the ones you read about in the papers, the massive turnarounds, quick turnarounds, but they are few and far between. And the entrepreneur's journey is a longer one. And so the biggest piece of advice, or my biggest lesson from it is, be patient. It takes time. And actually the biggest and most exciting things that are happening to the Foraging Fox are happening right now. Our launch in North America, the way in which we're doing it, we now have 3 manufacturing hubs in the UK, in the USA, and in Canada. That didn't happen overnight. It took me 5 years to get to this point, and it will probably take another 5 years for me to reach the next big milestone that I have for the business. So the biggest lesson I've had is probably one of patience.